I am allergic to peanuts, but I want you to feed me a peanut, 'cause I've lived so long and lived so much, but have I lived it all if I have so many things that I can't touch, like peanuts? So I want you to feed me a peanut and watch me die by a river. I want you to be my life taker and a peanut giver, so I can die.
If you want a thing bad enough to go out and fight for it. Work day and night for it. Give up your time and your peace and your sleep for it. If only desire of it makes you quite mad enough never to tire of it. If only desire of it makes you quite mad enough never to tire of it. Makes you hold all other things tawdry and you cheat for it. Hold all other things tawdry and you cheat for it. If life seems all empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and you dream is about it. If gladly you'll sweat for it, fret for it, plan for it, lose all your terror of God or of man for it. If you want anything bad enough to go out and fight for it, work day and night for it, give up your time and your peace and your sleep for it. If only desire of it makes you quite mad enough never to tire of it. If you want anything bad enough to go out and fight for it, work day and night for it, give up your time and your peace and your sleep for it. If only desire of it makes you quite mad enough never to tire of it. Life seems all empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and you dream is about it. If gladly you'll sweat for it, fret for it, plan for it, lose all your terror of God or of man for it. If you'll simply go after that thing that you want with all your capacity, strength and sagacity, faith, hope and confidence, stern pertinacity. If neither cold poverty, famished and glowing, nor sickness nor pain of body and brain can turn you away from the thing that you want. If dogged and grim you besiege and beset it, if dogged and grim you besiege and beset it, if dogged and grim you besiege and beset it, you'll get it. If you want anything bad enough to go out and fight for it, work day and night for it, give up your time and your peace and your sleep for it. If only desire of it makes you quite mad enough never to tire of it. If you want anything bad enough to go out and fight for it, work day and night for it, give up your time and your peace and your sleep for it. If only desire of it makes you quite mad enough never to tire of it.
I'm sorry, but I don't want to be an emperor. That's not my business. I don't want to rule or conquer anyone. I should like to help everyone if possible. Jew, Gentile, black man, white. We all want to help one another. Human beings are like that. We want to live by each other's happiness, not by each other's misery. We don't want to hate and despise one another. In this world, there's room for everyone, and the good earth is rich and can provide for everyone. The way of life can be free and beautiful, but we have lost the way. Greed has poisoned men's souls, has barricaded the world with hate, has goose-stepped us into misery and bloodshed. We have developed speed, but we have shut ourselves in. Machinery that gives abundance has left us in want. Our knowledge has made us cynical. our cleverness hard and unkind. We think too much and feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent and all will be lost. The aeroplane and the radio have brought us closer together. The very nature of these inventions cries out for the goodness in men, cries out for universal brotherhood, for the unity of us all. Even now, my voice is reaching millions throughout the world, millions of despairing men, women, and little children, victims of a system that makes men torture and imprison innocent people. To those who can hear me, I say, do not despair. The misery that is now upon us is but the passing of greed, the bitterness of men who fear the way of human progress. The hate of men will pass and dictators die, and the power they took from the people will return to the people. And so long as men die, liberty will never perish. Soldiers, don't give yourselves to brutes. Men who despise you, enslave you, who regiment your lives, tell you what to do, what to think, and what to feel, who drill you, diet you, treat you like cattle, use you as cannon fodder. Don't give yourselves to these unnatural men, machine men, with machine minds and machine hearts. You are not machines, you are not cattle, you are men. You have the love of humanity in your hearts. You don't hate, only the unloved hate, the unloved and the unnatural. Soldiers, don't fight for slavery, fight for liberty. In the 17th chapter of St. Luke it is written, the kingdom of God is within man, not one man nor a group of men, but in all men, in you. You, the people, have the power to create machines, the power to create happiness. You, the people, have the power to make this life free and beautiful, to make this life a wonderful adventure. Then in the name of democracy, let us use that power. Let us all unite. Let us fight for a new world, a decent world, that will give men a chance to work, that will give youth a future and old age a security. By the promise of these things, brutes have risen to power, but they lie. They do not fulfill that promise. They never will. Dictators free themselves, but they enslave the people. Now let us fight to fulfill that promise. Let us fight to free the world, to do away with national barriers, to do away with greed, with hate and intolerance. Let us fight for a world of reason, a world where science and progress will lead to all men's happiness. Soldiers, in the name of democracy, let us all unite!
Better than alcohol, man. Yeah, and the funny thing is, if you're trying to stop drinking, you need something better than alcohol. And alcohol's pretty good. So you better find something a lot better, man. Esteemable people do esteemable things. It's like, yeah, well, you want to figure out something that you're doing with your life that's worth not getting drunk and screwing up. You might say, well, why do people drink too much? If you like alcohol, that's a stupid question. Why do people drink too much? Well, because it's great. So why stop? Well, you do stupid things when you're drunk. You hurt yourself, you compromise your health, it's really hard on the people around you, you tend to turn into a liar, and it screws up your life. It's like, yeah, but it's pretty fun. Yeah, well, it is, but you need something better than that. And what's better isn't being straight and not making mistakes. It's like that's all prohibition in some sense. What's better is, no, you need an adventure, man. Alcohol is an interesting drug. Alcohol, it's a hell of a drug. Alcohol, it's a great drug. But the problem is, it's a great drug. No, out there and have something to do, something worth waking up for. That's the substitute for the addiction. Actually, the addiction is the substitute for that, if truth be known. Alcohol really is a good drug for coping with anxiety. It makes you more extroverted and enthusiastic, more full of positive emotion. And the second thing it does is reduce anxiety. It's a great drug. But the problem is, it's a great drug for the moment. Alcohol is an interesting drug. Alcohol, it's a hell of a drug. Alcohol, it's a great drug. But the problem is, it's a great drug. Alcohol is an interesting drug because it actually doesn't make people stupid. People who are drunk will take far more risk. And you might say, well, that's because they're too stupid to understand the risk. It's like, no, they're not. If you ask them about the risk when they're drunk, they can outline it perfectly. What it stops them from doing is caring about the risk. That's why you can drive around drunk at high speed in a car, which is a really stupid thing to do. It's fun, like so many things. It's like jumping off a cliff. I'm flying. True until the last 1/10 of a second. It's like then you're not flying, man. Alcohol is an interesting drug. Alcohol, it's a hell of a drug. Alcohol, it's a great drug. But the problem is, it's a great drug. Alcohol is an interesting drug. Alcohol, it's a hell of a drug. Alcohol, it's a great drug. But the problem is, there's consequences.
About 290 years after Christ, a Roman emperor named Diocletian took over. He really grabbed the bull by the horn. He took over in a period of turmoil and severe depression. The first thing Diocletian did was call in the gold and close the banks and raise the taxes. He reduced the power of the Senate, delegated its power to a lot of little government bureaus. Do you know they even had a Transportation Act back there prescribing the fee required to rent one laden ass per mile? And at today's rate of exchange, it would have amounted to about 1/8 cent per mile, which meant that in order to make a profit, a jackass would have to carry 5 passengers. That was simply beyond the capacity of the jackass. Diocletian put millions of people on the public payroll. When this failed to do the job, the country was still in trouble. He asked more personal powers for himself. For a brief while, incidentally, they were standby powers, but then he used them all at once. He froze wages, he froze prices, he froze jobs, he stopped profits, he dictated to the farmer what he should plant, when and how he should sell it, and for how much, and he rationed food. And what happened? The labor market closed down. Incentive was gone. Farm life became dependent on bureaucratic red tape. Exorbitant taxes cost the farmer his land. He kept for himself only a small plot on which he might grow turnips for his family. He lost the rest of it to the states. And without food and with incentive gone, city life stagnated and declined. And Rome passed into what history has recorded as the Dark Ages, lasting 1,000 years. Lasting 1,000 years. Just by turning to the left, the world has gone in circles. World has gone in circles. The world has gone in circles. Just by turning to the left, the world has gone in circles. World has gone in circles. The world has gone in circles. A nation would evolve from a monarchy into an oligarchy, from oligarchy to dictatorship, from dictatorship to bureaucracy, from bureaucracy to pure democracy, where finally the people would cry out from the chaos and confusion of the streets, "Oh, please, God, give us a king," and God would give them a king. And they'd have a monarchy again and start the whole silly cycle anew. Now either we will profit from the errors of their ways, or it follows us the night, the day, our children are going to have to relive the Dark Ages all over again. All over again. Just by turning to the left, the world has gone in circles. World has gone in circles.
And in these inquiries into the mystery of death, the ancient Egyptians weren't just exercising their imaginations. They highly valued dream states, and it's now known that they used visionary plants like the hallucinogenic blue water lily. The ancient Egyptian tree of life has recently been identified as the Acacia nilotica, which contains high quantities of DMT, the same active ingredient that we find.
God damn it, I want to do some cooking, but my housemates are in the kitchen now. Fuck.
Now, it's difficult to imagine a society more different from the society of ancient Egypt than our society today. We hate visionary states in this society. In our society, if we want to insult somebody, we call them a dreamer. In ancient societies, that was praise. In our society, if we want to insult somebody, we call them a dreamer. In our society, if we want to insult somebody, we call them a dreamer. In ancient societies, that was praise. We have erected huge apparatuses of armed bureaucracies who will invade our privacy, who will break down our doors, who will arrest us, who will send us to prison, sometimes for years, for possessing even small quantities of psilocybin or substances like DMT, whether in its smokable form or in the ayahuasca brew. And yet, ironically, DMT is, we now know, a natural brain hormone. We all have it in our bodies, and it's just that its function remains unknown for lack of research. And it's not as though our society is opposed in principle to altered states of consciousness. I mean, billions are being made by the unholy alliance of psychiatrists and big pharma in overprescribing drugs to control so-called syndromes like depression or attention deficit disorder in teenagers. In our society, if we want to insult somebody, we call them a dreamer. In our society, if we want to insult somebody, we call them a dreamer. In ancient societies, that was praise. We have a love affair with alcohol. We glorify this most boring of drugs, despite the terrible consequences that it often has. And of course, we love our stimulants, our tea, our coffee, our energy drinks, our sugar, and huge industries are built around these substances, which are valued because of the way they alter consciousness. But what all these approved altered states of consciousness have in common is that none of them contradict or conflict with the basic state of consciousness valued by our society, which I would call the alert, problem-solving state of consciousness, which is good for the more mundane aspects of science. It's good for the prosecution of warfare. It's good for commerce. It's good for politics. But I think everybody realizes that the promise of a society over-monopolistically based upon this state of consciousness has proved hollow, and that this model is no longer working, that it's broken in every possible sense that a model can be broken, and that urgently we need to find something to replace it. The vast problems of global pollution that have resulted from the single-minded pursuit of profit, the horrors of nuclear proliferation, the specter of hunger that millions every night go to bed starving, that we can't even solve this problem despite our alert problem-solving state of consciousness. In our society, if we want to insult somebody, we call them a dreamer. In our society, if we want to insult somebody, we call them a dreamer. In ancient societies, that was praise. In our society, if we want to insult somebody, we call them a dreamer. In our society, if we want to insult somebody, we call them a dreamer. In ancient societies, that was praise.
Akira.
He's got clout.
The web of life.
Let me try from the first to indicate the point that we're aiming at. The point is this, that human consciousness is at the same time as being a form of awareness and sensitivity and understanding, it's also a form of ignorance. The ordinary everyday consciousness that we have leaves out more than it takes in. The ordinary everyday consciousness that we have leaves out more than it takes in. And because of this, it leaves out things that are terribly important. It leaves out things that would, if we did know them, allay our anxieties and fears and horrors. And if we could extend our awareness, you see, to include those things that we leave out, we would have a deep interior peace. Because we would all know the one thing that you mustn't know. The ordinary everyday consciousness that we have leaves out more than it takes in. The ordinary everyday consciousness that we have leaves out more, according to the rules of our particular social game. The one thing you mustn't know, that's really not allowed, that is the lowdown on life. And then the lowdown, on the one hand, means the real dirt on things. But the lowdown is also what is profound, what is mysterious, what is in the depths. And there's something left out. And our everyday consciousness screens this out in the same way that when you say you have weaving, you have, say, on this rug here in front of us, when the black finishes here, the black threads will go underneath and then appear again over here, then they'll go underneath the white and then they'll appear again over here, so that the back will be the obverse pattern of the front. Now, the world is like that. The ordinary everyday consciousness that we have leaves out more than it takes in. The ordinary everyday consciousness that we have leaves out more. Our sense organs are selective. They pick out certain things. They're receptive. For example, we have a small band, what you might call a spectrum of light, of sound, of tactile sensation, and so on, to which the human organism is sensitive. But we know that outside that small band, there is a huge range of vibrations to which we have built instruments that are sensitive. Things like cosmic rays, ultraviolet rays, gamma rays.
Is the kitchen available yet? No.
They're all outside.
Very much not.
The band of our spectrum. And obviously, there are things that are outside the range of our instruments. We may build new instruments someday which will evoke, bring into our consciousness other orders of vibration altogether, but yet, as yet, we don't know about. So you could imagine, you see, the universe is a vast system of vibrations and has infinite possibilities. The ordinary everyday consciousness that we have leaves out more than it takes in. The ordinary, everyday consciousness that we have leaves out more than it takes in. The ordinary, everyday consciousness that we have leaves out more than it takes in. The ordinary, everyday consciousness that we have leaves out more than it takes in. The ordinary, everyday consciousness that we leaves out more than it takes in.
I really need to change these strings. I feel like the strings themselves are getting out of tune. Just warping, stretching. To the point where, like, if it's in tune down here, it's not in tune up here. Well, just barely. It's just starting to happen on these strings. It's very slightly noticeable. Josh is messaging me. Looking a game tonight. What to play? Not sure if I want to go to open mic tonight, so I'm kind of warming up a little bit, potentially, maybe. I see. A lot of Blink songs are surprisingly in annoying tunings, so that they can sing it, basically. Could this be the end? Is this the way I die? Sitting here alone, no one by my side. Oh, fuck's sakes. I don't understand. I don't feel that I deserve this. What did I do wrong? I just don't understand. Let me please explain. It's all been circumstance. I'll tell you once again. It took me for a ride, promising a vast adventure. Next thing that I know, I'm frightened for my life. Now wait a minute, man, that's not how it is. You must be confused. That isn't who I am. Please don't be afraid. I would never try to hurt you. This is how we live. Strange although it seems. Please try to forgive the chapel and the saints, the soldiers and the wine, the fables and the tales, all handed down through time. Of course you're free to go and tell the world my story. Tell them of my brother, tell them about me, the Count of Tuscany. sing thing that I can't remember right now. That's a good warm-up song. You gotta remember that that's a good warm-up song. Doesn't go too crazy, and then starts to really push a little bit at the end. Wasted morning when I can be holding you to my side. Somebody stop this joyless joyride. I'm feeling older than my 35 years. One more cryptic message, thinking that I might end it. Oh God, you must have woken up to me saying that it's all too much. I'll take it easy with the morbid stuff. Oh, and honey, I'm worried about you. You're too much to lose. You're all that I have, and honey, I'm worried about you. Put yourself in my shoes. You're all that I have, so please don't die wherever you are tonight. All these pointless benders with reptilian strangers. Oh my God, you're so naive. You leave this world in a drunken heap. We'll make the arrangements, baby, them or me. Oh, now, honey, I'm worried about you. You're too much to lose. You're all that I have, and honey, I'm worried about you. Put yourself in my shoes. You're all that I have, and you're all that I have, and you're all that I have. So please don't die wherever you are tonight. Oh, yep. I just want to check my stuff in the oven, but it's like not even cooked yet. They're not burning anything. It's just these fire alarms are so fucking sensitive that they installed in this house. It's so annoying. forever, don't you, boy? Flying on your motorcycle, watching all the ground beneath you drop. You kill yourself for recognition, you kill yourself to never ever stop. You're broken another mirror, you're turning into something you're not. Don't leave me high, don't leave me dry. Don't leave me high, don't leave me dry. Trying up in conversation, you will be the one who cannot talk. All your insides fall to pieces, you just sit there wishing you could still make love. They're the ones who hate you when you think you got the world all sussed out. They're the ones who spit at you, you'll be the one screaming out. Don't leave me high, don't leave me dry. Don't leave me high, don't leave me dry. It's the best thing that you ever had, best thing that you ever had. It's the best thing that you ever had, the best thing you have had is gone away. Don't leave me high, don't leave me dry. Don't leave me high, don't leave me dry. Don't leave me high. Don't leave me high, don't leave me dry. Back. Oh, the one before that, did I write that one? No, that's what was I playing? What did I play first? Oh, it's a Father John Misty song called what's it called? What was that one again? Oh, Please Don't Die. Please Don't Die is a great song. I love that song. It's even got a cool claymation music video to go along with it. When you grab a hold of me, tell me that I'll never be set free. Well, I'm a parasite, creep and crawl, I step into the night. 2 pints of booze, tell me, are you a bad fish too? Are you a bad fish too? Ain't got no money to spend. night will never end. Lord knows I'm weak. Won't somebody get me off of this reef? Baby, you're a big blue whale. Grab the reef when all duck diving fails. I'd swim, but I wish I'd never learned. The water's too polluted with germs. I dive deep when it's 10 feet overhead. Grab the reef underneath my bed. Underneath my bed. Ain't got no quarrels with God. Ain't got no time to grow old. Lord knows I'm weak. Won't somebody get me off of this reef? No quarrels with God. Ain't got no time to get old. Lord knows I'm weak. Won't somebody get me off of this reef? Let's try it. Let's try it. This is all warm up for one thing that's just been my main point of anxiety for the last month. Is this fucking song. I don't think I'm gonna make it through it. It's probably partially psychological. But also physical because the song is very demanding, very hard. I kind of have it memorized, but I don't want to worry about thinking about that right now. I just want to focus on my voice. I'm pulling it up. Okay. Pearls and swine bereft of me, long and weary my road has been. I was lost in the cities alone, in the hills, no sorrow. your rolling wheels. I am the highway. I am not your carpet ride. I am the sky. I am not your blowing wind. Oh no, I'm not gonna keep stretching my voice like that. It's like, I don't know what it is about the song, man. I get in my own head with it. Circle back. Severance joke. We will circle back to that. Plastic watering. Actually, I have to look through these chords quickly. Green plastic watering can for fake Chinese rubber plants and fake plastic earth that you bought from a rubber man in a town full of rubber plans to get rid of itself. Where's her else? Where's her else? Where's her else? Where's her else? She lives with a broken man, a cracked polystyrene man who just crumbles and burns. He used to do surgery for girls in the 80s. But gravity always wins. And where's the mouse? Where's the mouse? Where's the mouse? And she looks like the real thing. She tastes like the real thing. My fake plastic A little hacky. It's making me feel like I could totally go to open mic tonight, maybe, but I just don't even know if it's on. They haven't posted anything about it. The guy who normally runs it post something by now. He hasn't still.
Left your house this morning about 9:15. Could have been the Willie Nelson, could have been the wine. When I left your house this morning, it was a little after 9. It was in Cajun, where I saw the constellations reveal themselves one star at a time. Drove back to town this morning with working on my mind. Thought of maybe quitting, thought of leaving it behind. Went back to bed this morning, and as I'm pulling down the blinds, the sky was dull and hypothetical and falling one cloud at a time. That night in Toronto, the checkerboard floors, riding on horseback and keeping order restored. To the men they couldn't hang, stepped to the mic and sang, and their voices rang with that Aryan swang. Got to your house this morning just a little after 9. In the middle of that riot, couldn't get you off my mind. So I'm at your house this morning as I'm pulling just a little after 9. Seen Bob Cajun, where I saw the constellation reveal themselves one star at a time.
I've hit the right note there with the whistle. I feel like this song is good practice for the Audio Slave song. If I can play this more consistently, I'd be able to get into that more, maybe.
simple, numbing me. Stumble till you crawl a wall, sinking into sweet uncertainty.
Fuck, the timing on this is hard.
Sinking into sweet uncertainty.
Just practice that alone, just the fucking strumming foot. Running away, whoa, 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 play your hide and seek games, whoa, whoa, what it? Oh my god, this is such a fucking sweaty song to play. They added the kitchen, yeah. Okay, I think I'm gonna cap off just the music stream for now, which means goodbye to Facebook and YouTube and probably Kick. Just trying to do a multi-stream for music, might as well. So fake ending screen for Twitch.